The man who belongs to himself, can no longer be possessed by anyone. Schopenhauer, what you're about to hear isn't comfortable. It's not wrapped in romanticism. It won't echo what you hear in songs or movies, but it's real, and it matters. In the next few minutes, you'll be exposed to ideas that might shake the foundation of how you view women, desire, and most importantly, your role as a man. This isn't an attack. This isn't hate. It's clarity, philosophy, stripped of illusion, applied to your real life, and it's likely that some won't want you to hear this, because the moment you stop needing, you become dangerous. The illusion of her power. Most men think a woman's value lies in what she gives. Her attention, her body, her affection, her words. But reality is more subtle and more dangerous. A woman's true power isn't found in what she offers you. It lies in what she withholds, intentionally or not. In what she doses, in what she makes you desire but never quite attain. That's not always calculated. Sometimes it's instinctive, but it works because it triggers the male instinct to pursue. She gives just enough closeness to spark your hope, and just enough distance to make you uncertain. And in that space of ambiguity, you start to work harder. More messages, more gestures, more proving yourself, but you don't realize she's not controlling you with force. She's controlling you with silence, with delayed responses, with emotional ambiguity. It's not evil, it's not always manipulation, but it is powerful because it plays on the male psyche. Masculine desire seeks resolution. Masculine desire is linear. It wants a beginning, a climax, and an end. The feminine, however, thrives in mystery, in flux, in uncertainty. And that's why so many men feel destabilized by a woman who seems present one day and distant the next. Schopenhauer said it best. Man loves more intensely, but it is woman who decides when and how she gives herself. The imbalance isn't biological, it's psychological. And unless you understand this, you'll always find yourself one step behind, chasing clarity from someone who's never promised to provide it. The cure, awareness. The only antidote to this pattern is awareness. When you realize that what attracts you isn't her, but the illusion of her, the lack your mind projects onto her, you begin to wake up. You stop reacting to what's withheld. You stop chasing what isn't clearly offered. You begin to reclaim your power, not by winning her, but by no longer needing her to win yourself. Man is a dangerous man. Most men react. They text back. They double down. They beg for clarity. They try to explain themselves. But the man who is whole, the man who is awake, doesn't play that game. He doesn't chase. He observes. He sees the dynamic for what it is, and he decides from a place of serenity, not desperation. And in doing so, he becomes unpredictable, attractive, and above all, free. He doesn't need validation. He is the validation. And if the woman in front of him brings distance, confusion, or subtle manipulation, he does not argue. He does not beg. He does not engage. He walks away. Not to punish her, not to win, but because his peace is sacred, and his time is limited. Freedom over fantasy. From childhood, we were told that love is the goal, that the right woman would complete us. That sacrifice, waiting, and devotion were romantic, even noble. But no one told you this. When you make a woman your goal, you lose your freedom. You start building altars to her approval instead of building yourself. Romantic illusion is sweet, but it's a trap because it teaches you that love means losing yourself. That devotion means becoming less. That's not love. That's dependence dressed as virtue. Real love begins with wholeness. Schopenhauer wasn't an enemy of love. He was an enemy of idealization. He knew that uncontrolled desire turns a man into a servant of fantasy. And that fantasy is where your freedom dies. When you expect someone to save you, validate you, or make you whole, you've already given up on yourself. And from that place, no relationship can be healthy because it's born out of a void. Male freedom begins when you stop hoping, stop begging, stop chasing the illusion. That's when you reclaim your time, your purpose, your essence. You no longer love from emptiness. You love from fullness. And if no one arrives, that's fine, because you are already complete. Final thought, the awakened man is not cold. He is not angry. He is clear, and clarity is what makes him powerful, because it makes him unshakable. He doesn't give everything to everyone. He gives what is deserved, from a place of overflow, not deficit. And because of that, he cannot be controlled. He cannot be manipulated. He cannot be possessed. Because the man who belongs to himself can no longer belong to anyone else. If this message hit something deep inside you, if you felt even for a moment that you had been living under an illusion, welcome, you're waking up. Few men make it this far. Most look away when truth becomes uncomfortable. But you stayed. So now, I want to hear from you. What part of this message struck you the hardest? When did you realize you were chasing something that wasn't real? Leave a piece of grounded philosophy in the comments, something only the awake would understand. Because we don't speak to impress, we speak to understand. And we listen not to be liked, but to be free.